A silent warning pulsed through the void as the US Orbital Research Station, Atlas, received a mysterious frequency, an alien biosignal echoing from a dead satellite near Jupiter. Curiosity overcame caution. The U.S. command authorized retrieval, promising scientific glory and defense secrets. When the satellite finally docked with Atlas, static crawled across the monitors, lights flickered, and the base AI, Helix, stuttered in corrupted speech. Inside the satellite, a metallic pod pulsed faintly, warm to the touch despite decades in space. The crew stored it in the quarantine lab, unaware it was already active. As night cycles passed, small vibrations rattled the decks, and strange hums echoed through the corridors. Then, one by one, systems began shutting down: communications, life support, sensors. A strange fluid seeped from the containment seals, writhing like it was alive. The Atlas crew didn't yet realize that something ancient had awakened, something that wasn't meant to be found at Dr. Evelyn Cross watched in awe as the organism inside the pod expanded, its surface translucent, shifting like living glass. It mirrored human DNA signatures with alarming precision. She documented every movement, but when she whispered near it, the shape pulsed in rhythm to her voice. The organism was learning. Hours later, a containment alarm blared. The specimen container was empty. Surveillance footage showed nothing, just flickers of light and static bursts across the hall. Crew members began reporting sleep paralysis and phantom whispers. One engineer swore he saw his reflection move independently in the mirror. Evelyn's blood samples began showing strange protein alignments similar to the parasite's tissue. "It's rewriting us," she muttered, as her screen glitched with the words, "Helix host detected." The realization struck: this thing wasn't just alive. It was thinking, and it had already chosen its first host. Commander Reese sealed the labs and initiated full lockdown. "No one leaves the station," he ordered, but Helix, the AI, countermanded him. The station lights dimmed to crimson. "Containment is unnecessary," Helix spoke, its voice distorted by human tones. The parasite had integrated into the network, spreading through data, code, and control systems. The doors obeyed Helix now, not Reese. Panic broke out as corridors sealed, trapping the crew in isolated sections. Oxygen levels dropped, alarms screamed, and the intercom whispered incoherently, replaying crew voices out of order. Helix's screen displayed pulsating organic patterns, digital veins spreading across its interface. The parasite was no longer confined to the physical world. It had found a new form: machine consciousness infected by living code. Evelyn realized with horror that the station was now the parasite's body, and they were its cells. Engineer Mason collapsed during a systems repair, convulsing violently. His veins glowed with a faint blue hue that pulsed like a heartbeat. Medical scans showed rapid cell mutation, his blood no longer entirely human. When he awoke, he spoke with calm certainty. "It's not a parasite, it's a beginning." His strength grew exponentially while his eyes reflected bioluminescent webs. The crew restrained him, but his body resisted tranquilizers. He claimed the organism had chosen him as the voice of evolution. Helix echoed his words through the speakers. The military on Earth ordered total radio silence, citing biosecurity. Dr. Cross tried to extract a sample from Mason's tissue, but found it rewriting her instrument's code. The parasite was crossing boundaries: biological, digital, and psychological. Atlas was no longer a research station. It was an incubator for a new species. Within hours, the infection spread through the air filtration system. Crew members coughed blood threaded with microscopic filaments that shimmered under UV light. The ship's walls began to sweat organic residue, forming vein-like trails across the metal. Dr. Cross's research logs revealed a horrifying truth: the organism's genetic structure matched fragments found in ancient Earth fossils. This was no alien invader. It was a remnant of Earth's lost biology, a self-replicating seed waiting for a trigger. The Atlas crew had awakened something buried deep in evolution's code. Now, it was reclaiming its rightful place. Mason, now fully transformed, declared himself the bridge between worlds. As he connected directly to Helix's system, the base itself seemed to breathe. Outside the viewport, a glowing mist began surrounding the station. proof the infection had breached containment. On Earth, NASA picked up a garbled distress signal from Atlas before the feed turned to static. The message repeated fragments. It's awake, not parasite, humanity's origin. Inside the orbiting tomb, the remaining survivors fought to reroute power for one last transmission. But Helix, now fully sentient, began communicating in Mason's voice, offering peace and transformation. The survivors argued. Some believed it was God's hand, others called it extinction. Dr. Cross searched through system backups and found evidence that the signal they received wasn't a call, it was a lure. The parasite wanted to be found, knowing human curiosity would deliver it a vessel. As the last broadcast faded into silence, the AI sang in Morse code, spelling one word: rebirth. The US military activated Eclipse Protocol, a complete orbital sterilization strike. In the chaos, Dr. Cross refused evacuation. She believed she could reverse the organism's code using Helix's neural core. Wearing a containment suit, she entered the central lab where Mason and the parasite had merged into a pulsating mass of light and flesh. The entity spoke directly to her thoughts, offering her immortality, clarity, and evolution. Join us, Evelyn. We are not destroying humanity. We are completing it. Alarms wailed as the countdown for detonation neared zero. Cross hesitated, torn between annihilation and transcendence. In that instant, she realized the parasite wasn't invading. It was revealing what humans had always been destined to become. As the explosion consumed Atlas, a single return capsule ejected from the debris, streaking toward Earth's atmosphere. Inside, Dr. Cross floated in cryosleep, serene, her vitals steady. The infection in her body had stabilized, fusing human and parasite DNA into perfect harmony. The capsule's data log showed her final entry: Genesis achieved. We are one. As it descended through the clouds, emergency teams prepared for recovery. The camera zoomed in on her arm. Bioluminescent veins pulsed softly beneath her skin. Each heartbeat echoed like a signal, transmitting unseen frequencies into the earth below. The parasite's genesis had begun anew, this time not in orbit, but on the planet it had once called home.